Let's begin this afternoon from here. And residents who use the Cape Coast Jukwa Road, which was damaged by raging floodwaters over the weekend, can now heave a sigh of relief after portions of a road was opened to traffic. Repair works on the bridge at Jukwa had been ongoing since Sunday through to Monday after the bridge was washed away and the road cut off. Even though the Highways Authority says engineers took time to commence work on the road because the floodwaters did not recede in good time, some considerable work has been concluded. Motorists traveling between Cape Coast and Jukwa who were advised to use the Cape Coast Yamoransa N1 Asenfosu Jukwa N8 road during the repairs can now begin to use the stretch. According to sources, the repair works are only a temporary fix. We know the National Disaster Management Organization has over the weekend been busy sending relief items to many individuals who were displaced by the floodwaters in the central region capital, Cape Coast. We can now hear from Director General of NADMO, Nana Ajman-Prempeh. He's been speaking about the opening of a Jukwa Road and also other efforts NADMO has been undertaking over the weekend.
People must always understand the core mandates of NADMO. When bridge collapse, people think it is NADMO that should do it. That is not our core mandate. It is Ministry of Roads that is supposed to build bridges. NADMO doesn't build bridges. NADMO doesn't build houses. Look at what happened in Jukwa. The road was cut off. The people were cut off. We spoke to the Ministry of Roads, and he promised that a day or two they will finish it. We got there and the contractors were there. Today, the road has been open to traffic. That's what we do. We were there with a lot of relief items to support the people. We first this what we call search and rescue. You know, another thing is when there's a disaster, first thing is relief item. No. When somebody is dying, can he take a relief item? You have to rescue the person first. Then you do need assessment before you go in with a relief item.
You heard the National Coordinator of NADMO, Nana Ajman-Prempeh, speaking at a press event. So, a Public Relations Officer of the Highways Authority, Cecil Obudaiwintum, is joining us for some conversation. Thank you, Cecil, for joining us. Do we know if it's the entire stretch that was closed over the weekend that has been made more trouble now?
Okay, well, your line is very faint, but if I heard you right, you were asking if it's the entire stretch that is washed out. That
has been open to traffic now.
I'll be grateful if you can speak up a bit for me.
I am asking, we understand that portions of the road have been made accessible. I'm wondering if it's the entire stretch that has been fixed.
No. It is not the entire stretch. If you know that stretch very well, we are talking about the Cape Coast Jukwa Road, and it's our original road we call R82. So it's a 22-meter span reinforced concrete bridge, which was actually constructed in 1972. But you have followed that there's been some consistent downpour in the region from Saturday all the way till June, Saturday about the 18th, and that resulted in that washout. So that washout was just an approach road to the bridge.
Okay.
I have seen a lot of headlines pointing to the fact that the whole entire bridge is washed off. That is actually not the situation. The situation is that an approach road at the northern end of the bridge was washed out as a result of the heavy volume of water that found its way along that stretch. So that's actually the whole thing. But as I speak to you, that section has been temporarily reinstated.
Okay.
And awaiting concrete works so that they can patch up that section.
Okay.
Finally.
If you say temporary, do I get the understanding that there's a major work that has to be done there, which will be done at a later time?
Temporary in the sense that if you have seen previous pictures and videos, you will attest to the fact that the whole section of that stretch was cut off entirely. So you have people on the other side and you have people on the other side. There was no way they could just move through. That section which was cut off entirely as a result of the heavy downpour is what I'm talking about. It has temporarily been reinstated. What it means is that the contractor has filled that section with a lot of boulders, gravel, and raised it temporarily that vehicles can ply on it, awaiting further construction works that will be done so that they filled that section entirely.
We understand that apart from this section, there were, some other areas in the region that were affected. That's the roads. What's the update on those?
Well, I cannot give any update because even though I've also read in the media that it is not only this section, but there are a few other places. Our first point of call was at Jukwa, and this is where I find myself now. As and when we move and we come across some of those, I wouldn't mind at all. I will share updates with you.